Yurrr. What up, nerd? Steph Coon in this motherfucker. Easy, bitch. We in this bitch. Anyway, so recently Eminem been in the fucking headlines and shit. Obviously, we know reasons why. Rap beef, hot thing. It's good. We like it. We all like it. I love Eminem personally. One of my favorite rappers of all time. And of course, the nigga got a lot of stands. Got a lot of haters too. But I feel like during this whole thing, the back and forth with MGK and whoever else, Button. Please rap Button, by the way. I feel like a lot of people, I don't think they really realize like why people like me appreciate Eminem for what he does, or like they don't understand what we see in Eminem as opposed, like, you know, they hear his shit and they're like, all right, it's cool. They hear what he says, and it's cool, but it's not for me or whatever, or he just rhyming, and I don't think they really realize the gravity of it, like how difficult some of the stuff he does is, like when you break it down from like a writing perspective. If we talk about like writing, like how you write shit, how you constructed it, that's like a completely different discussion. That's like, to me, like that's the first thing I look for when I hear a song. All right, I'm listening to what you say, but I'm also listening to like how you rhyme that shit, how you structure what your flow sound like, and like all that shit, right? So to me, I feel like can't nobody like do that shit like Eminem. Like just the way he rhymes and shit, his multi-syllables, and how I feel like it's not a lot of dead air with his shit. It's not a lot of like wasted material. You know what I'm saying? For example, like I brought up some lyrics here, right? We're gonna talk about this. All right. So in my opinion, the person that's like the closest to Eminem stylistically speaking, right? Stylistically speaking, is probably Hobson. He's basically copy and pasted Eminem style from, you know, back in the day. And flow wise, sounds very similar. Sounds very similar to him, but and I used to like Hobson like a lot. Like I still like Hobson. I still love Hobson. I like some of his songs, but I think he's a bad rapper, right? I think he's bad, and I used to hear that shit all the time on the internet. Oh, like, oh, Hobson sucks and shit. And I used to be kind of like, oh man, these guys, they're kind of like, maybe they just don't get it, or like, but like really he really is bad. All right, I'm sorry, man, he's bad. I like his shit, but the nigga's definitely bad. After like, there was a point where I really liked his shit, and then after hearing people like Danny Brown, Ab-Soul, K-Dot, Vince Staples, it's kind of hard to go back and listen to some of Hobson shit and be like, yeah, this is fire. Like, it's really hard after listening to so many other people, Chance the Rapper, and so many other people's music, like, and be like, yeah, this is good. It's hard for me to do that, being honest, man. But here is why, right? Every rapper, as far as like, just in general, right? Double entendres and shit like that are a huge part of rap, right? A big part of rap is being able to say something or convey a huge idea using very little words as possible. That's why people like Jay-Z are so like, people look at Jay-Z as like that nigga, because he can say something real slick and smooth, and it could be like it could be something simple but mean way more than what he's just saying, like on the surface, right? So pretty much all rappers do that, right? And in the same fashion as comedians, they typically have a bar consists typically of a setup and then the punchline, right? Like obviously I shouldn't have to explain that to nobody, right? I shouldn't have to explain that. And usually most rappers setups are just kind of like some little filler shit, like, you know, they just throw some shit out there for the punch to follow up, right? Some shit that rhymes, or some shit that kind of is, I don't know, it leads into the punch, right? But a lot of times for rappers, that's just some, you know, some throwaway bars, you know, just to kind of ease you into it, right? Let me just talk about the examples I got. All right, so in Eminem's recent release of Kill Shot, right, I already been banging that shit so much, and I feel like this is like a good example. And don't get it wrong, Modern M has been pretty much meh. Like he been all over the place lyrically to me. But I feel like this is one of the songs that's like, it's a good example of why I fucks with this nigga, right? So I picked out this bar specifically just for, I feel like it's a good example of what the fuck I'm talking about. I hope y'all can see this. Probably not though, but I'm gonna read it anyway. All right, so this little section right here, right? Can I highlight this? All right, it's basically just an excuse so he can say this punch right here. Say, you got me in the scope, but you grazed me. I say one Carter in the scope and you Swayze, like you out of here. Basically that, we get the punch, right? We get the punch. Like you basically, it's a response to what MGK said. You were saying that I was trying to hinder your career, but in all honesty, I wasn't. If I really was, I could do that shit right now, nigga. So cut that shit. We not going there. But the part that I want to focus on is like the setup, the beginning, like that part, right? When I see like in a song, when I hear shit like this, when I hear multi-syllable shit like this, like I always want to go back and be like, damn, what the fuck did he say? Like I need to I want to hear all that shit, right? I want to see what he said to like word it like that. And to me, this shit right here is like only certain people can do this type of shit, bro. Like, and only certain people will notice this type of shit, right? Read this to yourself. The giants woke, eyes open, undeniable, supplying smoke, got the fire stoked. To me, that's just filler. It's just the setup so he can say this fucking Swayze line, right? Basically. But to me, like, even that is well crafted. First of all, it would never occur to me, it would never cross my mind to rhyme eyes open with giants woke. Like, just because of the way how open is 2 syllables and like the last syllable doesn't really, like, I would never think that, but it works. Like, it fucking, like the way he set it up, it fucking works and it makes sense. Like you can visualize that giants woke, eyes open. Like you can fucking, like, that sounds dope as fuck, bro. Like imagine, like I could never write some shit like that and I would never think of that. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, undeniable, that's just an adjective. You could put that pretty much anywhere, right? That works pretty much anywhere. Supplying smoke, got the fire stoked. So obviously we all know the smoke is basically like I'm with the fuck shit. Like I want all the bullshit. I'm here for all the bullshit. Supplying smoke, and obviously where there's smoke, there's fire. Got the fire stoked. So it's like all this shit is like in relation to each other. It's all tied into each other. And this is his filler. This is his setup. This is his bullshit bars. And it's still like the way that shit flows. Giants woke, eyes open, undeniable, supply. Like that's fucking hard as hell. And he's still saying some shit. All right. Now the example I got for fucking poor little Hobson over here. All right. Again, I'm a fucking fan of Hobson, right? This shit, when I first heard this song, I'm like, okay, this shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. But it was always something that like stood out to me as like, that's a little rough. That's a little like, I can't really, that's a little, nah. And it's just certain bars that just don't, like, he says some things that just don't even fucking, it's just not real. Like it seems like something just, let me just break it down to see what I'm point out what I'm about to say. All right, this bar right here. I'm the undeniably hot nigga who making hip hop iller. Your spot filler. I smash rappers. I done got sicker. Okay. Now, I mean, on a technical standpoint, like rhyming wise, that's cool. That's not like super heavy, but it's not horrible either. I like that. Like I like that, right? Hopzilla, cool. I like that too. Hopzilla, cool. That's, comparing himself to Godzilla. Like, yeah, I'm that nigga. This is the part that always fucking gets me. Shit like this in Hobson songs. I'm a mischievous prop getter. Nigga, that doesn't mean anything. That literally doesn't mean anything. Like, I get this is Rap Genius. You can click on this. Most of the shit, the annotations on his website are reached like a motherfucker. Let's be honest, okay? Obviously, you can extrapolate some shit out of that, right? I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying it doesn't mean literally anything at all. But nobody says this, though. Nobody talks like this, bro. Nobody uses words in this. I'm a mischievous prop getter. That's clearly to me, somebody who's like, man, I'm just trying to rhyme I'm trying to force this rhyme scheme. So I'm going to say, oh, I got it, mischievous prop. That doesn't make any sense. I'm a prop getter. What does that mean? What does that mean, bro? That doesn't mean anything. Something like giants woke, eyes open. That's simple. That's like, it doesn't have to really mean anything. You get that. You can visualize that. What the fuck is that? What is a mischievous prop getter, bro? What is that? That's trash. I can't listen to this and then like glance over that and be like, oh, that's fine. That to me feels like complete filler. Like that's a reach. That's like forcing, I don't know, just for the sake of a rhyme scheme, just the sake of keeping the rhyme pattern going. Now, don't get it twisted. I do like the punch. I do like the I'ma probably get popped by Biggie and Pac's killer. You know what I'm saying? I like that. That's cool. Like, fine. But the shit before that, it's like, how do I hear that and be like, nah? Like, how do I hear that? And I'm just like, that's fine. Like, no, you gotta have higher standards than that. Like, that's trash to me. That's trash. That doesn't, nobody says this. Nobody talks like this. Nobody says that, bro. That's not a real, I don't understand. And like, I just don't get that. Like, and don't get it to it again. I think he decent, right? And the Eminem is not perfect. He got parts in his songs where I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would you say that? Or why would you word that like that? Like his flow is definitely a little too. Like but when a nigga shines, he fucking shines, bro. Like, that's the difference. When Hopsin shines, it's like, alright. But when Eminem does it, it's like, damn, dog. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got some cringe in his fucking shit too, like on The Ringer with the whole stabbing his dick with an ice pick, and like, I get the bar, but it's still like, it's a little like, that's a little, I don't know, it felt out of place. Or like, even in this song where he's all like, oh, that was 3 albums ago, what do you know? Like, that was a little rough. That felt like a little, I don't know, it wasn't like super hard to me. But it's not as bad as a mischievous prop getter. That doesn't mean anything to me. That's just weird. It's just weird. The other example, this the other example that came off the top of my head, bro, is on Trampoline. And and the reason I even know this shit is because I like Hopsin. I love Raw. Raw was fucking fire. I thought that shit was fucking fire. I thought Knock Madness was I like some of it. The hooks are really corny, but I really like them. All right, I really like them, dog. But Raw was fire to me. Outside of a few songs, Nocturnal Rainbows is trash. Heather Nicole is garbage. It's a couple other songs on there that are pretty bad. But it's just some of the stuff he says is like, I don't. All right, here's my second example. I'm the rap maniac with the hooligan eyes. Who's cooler than I? Whack niggas, move it aside. I can, cool, that's cool, right? But again, it's not even like some shit that's like, wow, like that's actually, how the fuck did he think to rhyme that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not super impressive rhyming wise. Hooligan eyes, who's cooler than I? Like, cause he's not, I don't know, man. Whack niggas, move it aside. I feel like that's really basic. I like it, but it's pretty basic. That's not nearly as visual as Giant Swole Guys Open. Like, it's not even close. That's not even close, right? It's not bad, but it's not bad. When you heard I was a big deal, you was surprised. West Coast bitch, put your W's in the sky. Spent my days as a refugee till the rap game came to rescue me and left my wrists paved in accessories. That's a little, but I'm not going to harp on that. A dangerous necessity, I came here to wreck MCs. This is the part I really have a problem. A dangerous necessity. Now, I kind of get what he's trying to say. It's like saying I'm a double-edged sword. I'm a good thing and a bad thing. Like, I get that, right? But nobody words it like this. Who says that? Who says dangerous necessity? That's not a common phrase. Nobody talks like this, Hopsin. Nobody talks like this, sir. This is bad to me. Like, you can't just, it's just bad to me. It's really bad to me when you, I don't know. That's just, how the fuck, dude? How do you hear that and then it doesn't stand out to you in a song and it's like, why did he say that? Like, I feel like it's clear to me when you say shit like that you just don't have the technical ability to do the multi-syllabic shit, but you really enjoy it. But this is you forcing that in your style. Like, this is you like I don't know. It just seems like this dangerous necessity is a bar or a line that somebody would write when they got writer's block and they dead ass have nothing else to say. They have nothing to say. This is written by a person that has nothing to say. You would not say, like, Anybody with any kind of substantive thing to offer to the world would never say a dangerous necessity. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Like, this doesn't mean anything, bro. I can't, like, shit like that stands out to me. I feel like if I listen to Vince Staples, right, I feel like it's no, like, even his filler, like, it's no real, like, I don't feel like that, though. I feel like everything he says is for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, I just don't get this vibe from, like, people like Vince Staples or Ab Soul. I don't feel like it's no wasted bars when Ab Soul says some shit. I don't feel like it's shit like this in his verses. I don't get this out of fucking Ab Soul. I don't get that from no other rapper but Hopsin. And, like, maybe, and, like, niggas that I consider weak. But I actually like Hopsin. So, like, to see shit like this is, like, it's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? No other rapper that I like is as bad on filler as Hopsin. I feel like Tyler, the Creator, doesn't do this shit. Like, every one of his bars is fucking fire, or at least to a crazy punch. Like, some insane shit that, like, nobody has ever said before. Like, fucking rape a pregnant bitch and tell my friends I had a threesome. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like, Hopsin don't say nothing like that. Now, don't get it twisted on that one song he did. He had that one line where, don't make me have to get out of line like I had to pee. I thought that's clever. That's fire. I like that. That's bars. That's, like, I like that. But to get to that point, it's just a bunch of bullshit in between that shit. It's like a bunch of just cringe, bro. It's cringe. I'm sorry. That's the only way I could describe it, really. I hate that word. Like, it's overused, but it is. It's just cringe. Going back to fucking Eminem, right? And the way he rhymes, like, just the way he structures his shit, right? All right. How do I word this? Fuck, dude. Okay. Okay, let me lay this out for you, right? This man is rhyming in a specific, very specific, strategic way. And he's rapping about a subject, right? And he's only taking the talking points of his opponent and rapping about those specific things, right? He's already limited himself to, like, the things he can talk about. And let me just tell you what I mean, right? All right. Okay. After the whole Swayze shit, right? Let's read everything after that. Your reply got the crowd yelling woo. So before you die, let's see who can out petty who. With your corny lines, slim your old Al Kelly, ooh, but I'm 45 and I'm still outselling you. All right, so, like, obviously we can all notice the outselling you. You know what I'm saying? The crowd yelling woo, like, that's pretty impressive, right? That's like 4 lines already, right? By 29, I had 3 albums that it blew. Now let's talk about something I don't really do. Going someone's daughter's mouth, stealing food. Again, not he's saying something in every one of these lines and still rhyming, as opposed to, I got hooligan eyes. Like, that's fucking goofy, bro. That's fucking, and I get it, you got the little context and shit, but that's not like heavy. Like, you're not really seeing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Whack niggas, move it aside. Like, that's, I mean, the only one you could really say is a throwaway bar is like this. With your corny lines, slim your old Al Kelly, ooh. But that's him bringing up what MGK said in order for him to, you know, reference it. Like, okay, this is what you said. I'm about to fucking respond to that. Right? Going someone's daughter's mouth, stealing food, still rhyming with your reply got the crowd yelling woo. All right, now this is the part where you gotta pay attention, right? I'm probably in the way, but oh well, I'm gonna read it. But you're a fucking molehill, all right? Notice how he set this, you're a fucking molehill up, right? And I'm gonna make a mountain out of you. Obviously, that's the punch. That's the whole, you know, he says all this to, like, make a point, and then, like, this is like the comedian punchline. This is the beginning, was the setup, like, so a guy walks into a bar, that was that part, and this is the, you know, that's the punch, right? Cool. That's the end of that bar, right? But notice how he worded it. But you're a fucking molehill. Now I'll make a mountain out of you. Now he starts rhyming the first part of this bar right here. Right? Going off of but you're a fucking molehill. Before mouth stealing food, fucking whatever the fuck. You know, crowd yelling woo. Yada yada. Hold chill, rhyming with molehill. At the beginning of the next line, acting like you put the chrome barrel to my bone marrow, which chrome slant rhymes with hold chill, molehill, and then chrome barrel, bone marrow. Gonna bitch, you ain't a bow and arrow. Basically, still a little more jabs talking about basically like gonna, you ain't even a bow and arrow. And of course, bow and arrow rhyme with bone marrow, which came from, you know what I'm saying, which came from molehill to begin with. Say you run up on me like a phone bill. Now, going from the barrel, the chrome barrel back to the molehill phone bill, right? Phone bill, spraying lead. And in this rhyme, or in this line with this rhyme, spraying lead, playing dead, that's the only time you hold still. Hold still. Again, rhyming with molehill from way back. This man, do you see this? Do you understand what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Okay, this man can fluidly go from one rhyme pattern to the next, still being on subject, talking about what the fuck ever he was talking about, and keep this rhyme pattern going, and make sense. It's not just gibberish. It's not just random, like, it's not left my wrist paved in accessories, bro. He's saying some shit like, this is the difference. It's punchlines in this shit. That's the only time you hold still. Are you eating cereal or oatmeal? Okay. And then he does it again. Now pay attention, niggas. Pay attention. Okay? Are you eating cereal? Alright. Now he about to rhyme eating cereal. Or oatmeal. Oatmeal still rhyming with hold chill from like 7 lines ago, right? Are you eating cereal or oatmeal? What the fuck's in the bowl? Milk? Wheaties or Cheerios? Wheaties or Cheerios rhyming with eating cereal. So he went from, okay, where the fuck was I, goddammit? You're a fucking molehill. Started with that which wasn't even the rhyme scheme. Flip to that one, all the way down to here. Now he talking about the cereal shit, right? Are you eating cereal or oatmeal? What the fuck's in the bowl? Milk, Wheaties, or Cheerios? Because I'm taking a shit in them Kelly. I need reading material. A dictionary, obviously a reference to the whatever MGK said about all you do is stay in the house and read dictionary, whatever the fuck. So again, he didn't start off like, he was never supposed to rhyme eating cereal in the first place. He was already like, him just saying, are you eating cereal or oatmeal? That already, like, that's fine. But then my man's rhymed eating cereal with reading material. That's crazy to me. To me, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't understand what people don't see in that. Like, I don't understand how people don't fucking see that shit. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, I don't see how you think that's not impressive. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can. You don't just wake up and write like that. You don't just wake up like, oh, let me fucking eating cereal, reading material. You don't just do that. You don't just wake up one day you're being able to do that. Like, that's not easy. Like, that shit's hard as hell, man. I don't get it. I don't see how people don't think that's impressive. On top of staying on subject and rebuttaling shit that somebody else said. Like, that's crazy to me. The fuck? Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Name another rapper doing that. That's rhyming like this. That can write like this. Punchlines and all, metaphors, double entendres, replying and using the material somebody else wrote, basically. Come on, man. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I sound like a stan right now, though. Let me know what you think. Am I a stan or is this real facts? Because I don't know, man. It's just not even close to me. It's just not even close. Like, I feel like, obviously, on the first listen or two, or just if you're just a casual listener, you're not gonna notice something like this. You know what I'm saying? Unless either you have it explained to you or you're just into that. Unless, like, see, like, a person like me, I'm into that type of shit. So, like, even me on the first listen, I'm not gonna notice that type of shit. But then like once I listen to it a bunch, once I go back, cause I like lines like giants woke, eyes open, undeniable. Like that shit. That's just that's crazy to me. Like I don't see too many rappers rhyming shit like that. Like giants woke, undeniable. That's crazy. Like when I hear shit like that, I get lit. Like when I hear people rhyme like that and rap, like, and there's other rappers that do it that impress me with their rhymes and shit. Like I like A$AP Rocky a lot. Like I feel like he does that. He don't get enough credit for that type of shit. Like the technical, like he's really good at that without, you know what I'm saying? But he don't get a lot of love for that. Who else? I know a lot of people like Tech Nine for that shit, but I really don't like Tech Nine. To me, see, I feel like when Tech Nine does that shit, like the lyrical, spiritual shit, I feel like it's gibberish to me. Maybe it's just because I just don't like, I don't really like his style though, and I don't really like his voice, to be honest. His voice don't agree with me, so I'm not a huge Tech Nine fan, but I respect his craft though, because he one of the people that can do that shit well too. The only other person I will say is like kind of Earl, but Earl, he be rapping about a bunch of shit I really don't give a fuck about, and like a lot of his shit is like he's more akin to MF Doom anyway, and really like I feel like his is kind of like that too, like similar to Hobson in a way where like MF Doom he don't really waste too much. Like his shit is crazy, like he'll say some slick ass shit and like keep flowing into the next shit. But I feel like Earl, he loses me a lot with some of the shit he be saying. It's just like some, I don't know, it's just like, first of all, it's hard to understand him already. Like he has that lazy, like, you know, kind of flow, and it just blends together. And it's the fact that he just be rapping about some crazy shit. So it's kind of, I don't know, a lot of that shit, I don't want to say I tune it out intentionally, but it just goes over my head, like some of it. Like what's that one song he got with Tyler off of Doris? I fucking hate that song, dog. I can't remember the name of it, but it's just like, it just sounds like it's gibberish to me. But then he got other bangers like the joint with Vince and I forgot the other dude, Casey Veggies. What's that, Hive? No, that's not Hive. Maybe, I don't remember. But that shit be banging. That's how I found out about Vince Staples. And like, ever since, I've been a fan ever since. That nigga can rap. Like, he'll just say some fucking slick ass shit, bro, and how you like, damn, like that was hard as hell. But he keeps my attention as a, like, unlike somebody like Earl or fucking, even though I like Earl a lot, but Tech Nine not so much. But anyway, I don't know. It's just Eminem. I feel like he on a different level than the rest of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, if we talking about just technical ability, as far as like the way it's structured, like I'm talking about like, it's so hard. Like I've explained it, but I still feel like some people won't get it. Like some people, I just feel like some of that shit's just over people's head, or it's like too nerdy for them to care about. Maybe like I think it's too nerd. It's too nerd, bro. But that's what I like. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I mean, don't get used to this either. Like I'm just doing this because I'm like a huge fan of Eminem. So the reaction videos, none of that shit. Don't expect this shit a lot on my channel. Don't subscribe. Unsubscribe, in fact. But it's, I don't know, man. It's just, hold on. Let me see if I can find another good example. Oh, this was another one of my like fucking favorite. This shit's crazy. Okay. This was my like one of my favorite multis in the whole thing. Gotta wake up Labor Day to this. Being rich shamed by some prick using my name for clickbait in a state of bliss. Like the first time I heard this, I didn't even notice in a state of bliss rhyme would wake up Labor Day to this. Like I didn't even fucking catch that shit. I was like, oh shit. But then like when I went back and listened to it again, I was like, damn, like this nigga's crazy. So gotta wake up a Labor Day to this. Being rich shamed by some prick. Notice the rich shame by some prick, the internal rhyming, using my name for clickbait. That's fucking crazy, bro. So that's like A, B, A B. Like, how many like rappers is really doing that? Like, I don't see too many rappers really doing that shit. Using my name for clickbait in a state of bliss because I said his goddamn name. Now I got a cock back aim. Yeah, bitch, pop champagne to this. And then again, some internal rhyming in a state of bliss. Pop champagne to this. And that's all coming from the Jadakiss shit. Like, I didn't even, like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. And that's, we talking about, okay. We talking about a rhyme from like so fucking long ago, bro. Pop champagne to this is the last time, you know, he rhymed with that fucking, with those syllables, right? That shit started like 20 lines ago. Let's see where he first said something. I mean, it kind of sprouted from this. Got the Diddy okay, so you spent your whole day shooting a video just to fucking dig your own grave. That's where the you know, the syllable comes from. You ain't never made a list next to no Biggie, no Jay, next to Taylor Swift. That's where he, you know, kind of, that's where he started picking up on that. Threw Taylor Swift in there, so like, okay, I'm about to rhyme with that later. Like, still talking about the same shit, but like, almost foreshadowing, like, I'm about to rhyme with Taylor Swift in a minute, bro. Like, that's not for no reason. Like, the Occam's fucking razor shit, or like Occam's shotgun. I don't know what fucking poetic device that is. It's something shotgun or some shit like that. And that Iggy ho, you about to really blow Kelly. They'll be putting your name next to Ja, next to Benzino, die, motherfucker. Dope ass reference to what's that song? Go to Sleep or some shit. Like the last motherfucker saying Haley invading. You Satanists, my biggest flop are your greatest hits. Again, call it saying Satanist, which rhymes with Taylor Swift, greatest hits. Jadakiss. Like, that's crazy. Like, to me, to be able to just, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, bro. Like, I think I proved my point. Like, if you don't get it by now, I don't know what else to tell you. It's amazing. It's amazing, man. I don't know. This shit been really entertaining though. Between MGK and Eminem, let me know who you got winning in the comments, man. Let me know what kind of rap you like. Like, I know some people, they like more, you know, they like different shit. We all like different shit. You know, not every rapper that I like has to be some fucking technical, you know, marvel. I really like Biggie Smalls. People like Chance the Rapper. You know, everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. Let me know what you like in the comments, and I'm about to get the fuck up out of here, because fuck this, man. I'm out.